Good morning. It's 9 a.m., October 4th, 2024. Welcome to the Good News Live at 9 on Facebook and later available on our YouTube channel. Please comment in the chat so we know you're with us. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. Good morning, everyone. I'm Suzanne Maxey. I'm an elder at Allen Park Pres, and my co-host, Carrie Van, is the moderator of the Deacons. She's a certified social media expert, and she's the communications manager at our church. And my co-host, Carrie Van, we're doing something, I don't know. Echoing. Good morning, Carrie.
I'm sorry, Sue. I'm having technical difficulties. All right, we should be under control now.
All right.
I'm always looking the other way when we start this show. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. It is Friday. What is the date, Sue? The 4th or the 5th?
October 4th. Yeah, I missed the Friday. Oh, well.
Okay.
And it's fourth Friday. No, it's first Friday. Oh, it's October.
Don't say fourth Friday, because that's going to be trunk or treat, and we are not ready.
Oh,
First Friday.
we are ready for the Christ Nut lunches today, right?
Yes, we are, and we did put out a blast about needing a few people to join our team, and we were very lucky to get quite a few people that asked to help. So now we'll have more of a rotation when somebody can't do it, like me some of the times. It is very, very helpful. So thank you, and we hope they have a great lunch, and I will miss them today. Another thing we have going on is children's Bibles. That is due on Monday. We have two Bibles. The toddler Bible is for 3-year-olds or under if you didn't get one, or if you're 4. And then we have the Adventure Bible for 2nd graders. There's no cost, and there's a free inscription that comes from the church and the family. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to our website and look it up or contact me. Those will be presented on October 13th.
And that's Children's Sabbath.
Yep, and we've done that every year except for during the pandemic when we couldn't do it.
Yep.
So don't miss out. And as I mentioned earlier, trunk or treat is coming. We still have we have 2 city blocks this year. We have like 29 trunks already, but we have room for more. We're going to go every other parking spot to make the trick-or-treating a little more fun, but we have plenty of room. So if you would like to come, we also need volunteers. We call them corner guards. All you got to do is sit on a corner and answer questions if anyone wants to know where the entrance is or what is going on. And we're going to need candy, candy, candy. As Pastor Tim said, we need to fill that narthex with candy because every year we get more trick-or-treaters, and it's very hard to estimate that number. We want it to be fun and safe for everyone. Good morning to everyone who's watching. We got Sandy Sauerbeck, Patrick Clemens, Ken Woods, Judy Martin, Patty Johnson, and more. Welcome, everyone. So we have a lot of stuff, but we have a guest. So we need to talk in our official, not too fast, but good voices, right, Sue?
Right. One of our fellowship groups is called the Friendship Group. If you remember it, it's starting up again. It's a perfect group for anyone available to take excursions during the day, and they use the church vehicle. So if you'd like to be in on the planning of the events, please join them on Wednesday, October 9th. For a pizza party planning at 11:30 in the parlor. Please bring your own beverage.
Yep. Bring your own beverage and a dessert to share, but it's great to go do things as a group. Sometimes people don't feel comfortable doing things by themselves, but they'll go through the Heinz Drive for the Christmas lights, or go on a fall color tour and go to a restaurant, go to a show, go to an event. The events will take place on different days probably. So hopefully anyone who's available during the day can sign up for these events and have fun in a group.
Now, sometimes these events are already in the evening or whatever too.
Yeah, there'll be different times.
People who work during the day could attend possibly.
Exactly. So recently, since Andrew Palmerville was in town and we did our big joint worship service, All the Downriver Presbyterian churches have been sharing their calendar of events. And it's pretty exciting, Sue, because now we have 4 times as many things we can be doing.
Right? More the
Yeah.
merrier too, right?
Yeah. Judy Martin and I went to Lincoln Park for their fall festival and we had a great time. And
Wonderful.
they had
Rain though, didn't
60
it?
raffle baskets. We did not win one, but it was exciting. We had fun there. So anyways, here's a couple brief things that are going on. Lincoln Park Pres has a movie discussion with Pastor Kara on The Chosen Season 2. And that goes on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. in their lounge. And you don't have to be there every week, so you can go when you can. And their new season starts this Tuesday, the 8th at 6:30.
And Grosse Seal has the opportunity to join their Mary Martha Women's Bible Study in person, by phone, or by Zoom. It takes place the third Tuesday of the month at 1:30 p.m. And the next one is October 15th. So contact Carrie if you want to sign up.
Yep, I'll give you the information, and it's going to be in the bulletin this Sunday. But isn't it cool that they said you can join by phone?
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
all you gotta do is call in on someone's phone and you can just listen. What a great idea.
Yeah.
So there's a women's Bible study if you want to do more Bible study. Grow Zeal also has something that we used to do, Wednesday night dinners. The cost is $5 a person or 15 for a family. You can either eat there or do a carry out. And this Wednesday is going to be spaghetti and meatballs, and you do just have to reserve your spot on Monday before the Wednesday. That's how we used to do it, because people have to buy food and prepare things.
Yeah. Have to know how many's coming.
Exactly. And again, that info is in our bulletin this Sunday too.
And not to be left out, Southminster has a bunco night coming up on Saturday, October 12th from 6 to 8:30. And contact Carrie for all those details.
Right, or read the bulletin this week.
Read the bulletin.
Yes, Highland Wolf. Hi, Norma Bentley. Good to see you all watching. All right, Sue, let's talk about the farmers market. Makes me sad because there's only a couple more weeks.
Yep.
Couple more weeks, and then we'll be into all kinds of Christmassy things, right?
Yeah. We have Thanksgiving first, though.
Yes, and we have Halloween too, so let's not rush life. But anyways, the farmers market's today from 3 to 7. That looks like a fantastic weather day. They have so many great vendors, including our friend Steve, who will make you a free balloon. They have 2 great food trucks this week. A new one, Amapola Detroit, has Dominican and Latin Caribbean food. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds really good. And Snowbiz Delight, they have shaved ice and coffee drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're out and about, you might want to stop by, get some fresh produce, support local. Ooh, there's a picture of that food truck.
Yeah. And here's the food list.
Ooh.
Yeah. Lots of cool stuff I never heard of.
Yeah. So if you love to try
Tropical mango salad. That sounds cool.
that sounds amazing. Of course, I haven't eaten breakfast, so everything on it looks good right now. But yeah, that is a good opportunity to try some new food and support all the local vendors and stock up. So we are excited to welcome our guest today, who is Angela Winton. She was unable to be with us the last time due to unforeseen circumstances, but we are so happy to have her with us here today. Let's bring her in, Sue.
Angie is a Taylor City Councilwoman, and she's also the founder and director of Metro Detroit Share. Good morning, Angie.
Good morning.
So great to have you here with us today.
Yes, thanks for having me.
I know that you are amping up for a very big event, your 16th annual Walk for Remembrance and Hope. And that is it this Sunday, October 6th?
It is. It is. It is this Sunday, October 6th, at Heritage Park in Taylor at the large pavilion you see right off of Pardee Road at 12111 Pardee. our registration starts at 11:30 and the actual service starts at 1. 11:30 to 1, we sell merchandise, we have baked goods, we have coffee, just kind of a time to purchase items if you so choose, or just mingle with other families who've experienced loss. And it is open to anyone. So even if you haven't directly experienced loss, it is just an open event. It's at no charge. And so anyone is welcome to attend.
That was gonna be my next question.
Mhm.
Can anybody attend just to come out and
Yeah.
support and, like
Yeah.
you said, mingle with others? I know there's, your goal, you had a $30,000, goal,
Mhm.
fundraising. I was wondering how that was going.
Um, not as good as I would like, but it's hard. We are a completely volunteer-based organization, and all of our board members have full-time jobs and other obligations. So we did decent. I would have liked more business sponsors, but we just kind of missed the mark of getting it out. But we did good. I mean, we did good, and we've also received we received closeout funds from another Michigan-based nonprofit recently that we weren't expecting. And so that's been a huge help. And then we received a couple other $5,000, I wouldn't call them kind of grants from organizations we weren't expecting either. So overall, we're still good. We're still on target for the year.
Great. I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if people always understand, like, you're a registered nonprofit
Mhm.
that provides support for families that have experienced loss of pregnancy or infant loss.
Mhm.
And you just don't have an office, and everybody has to work other jobs, and that is what makes it tough. And you guys do so much with
We
your,
do.
yes, with
Yeah,
your,
our
yes.
office is my home, and in a storage unit that we have, that we keep all of our keepsake boxes and early lost bags and our walk supplies. But yeah, we've got to kind of lug that stuff back and forth. So yes, we don't have, I would love to. If anyone ever knows of space, that is either free, preferred, obviously, but even low cost. One of my like pipe dreams is having an office that we can use to store our items, help us when we have to assemble things. But most importantly, we want kind of a smaller space to do our support meetings. We're very gracious that the VFW in Taylor has hosted our meetings since 2009, but we meet in a really big banquet hall, that probably seats 400 people. And, we have 20 people. So you're kind of, we would, in an ideal world, we would like a kind of a smaller space where we could have some more comfortable seating. It just make it a better environment, I think, for people when they're dealing with loss, right? Just a little bit more comfortable. Like I said, VFW space has been great. It's free, and they're very welcoming, and I have always been very supportive. But in an ideal world, that's what we would like.
Yes, that would be very great. So whoever's listening, keep that in mind. Maybe me and Sue will come up with ideas too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right. So explain to some of the people who are watching who may not be aware of like everything that Metro Detroit Share does.
Okay. So to start, Metro Detroit Share, I founded it. I had an early miscarriage loss in 2003, and then my daughter Brooke was stillborn in March of 2005. And so in 2008, I had this idea to start a support group because there really wasn't a lot in the area. So started working on that. We held our first support meeting in February of 2009. And we've continued holding those monthly meetings, minus a little hiatus during COVID. But we have held those meetings in Taylor every month since then. So that was our foundation. Since we started those, we ended up implementing a keepsake box program those are boxes that have support literature, comfort items, keepsake items. We distribute those through to hospitals all throughout Michigan and direct to families, to funeral homes. And then we also started doing an early pregnancy loss bag. So early pregnancy loss is often non-supported, dismissed. And, the sentiment is, well, just go get pregnant again, and really not letting those families grieve and giving them the space to, and they lost their child. So whether they were 6 weeks pregnant, 12 weeks pregnant, 20, it's irrelevant. So we really felt it important to support those losses as well. So we implemented our early pregnancy loss bag, which is very similar to the boxes, just the literature is geared towards early loss. There's also some hygiene items in, so if they get discharged from the hospital, they don't have to stop at the store and, and get supplies. So we partner with another organization called the Early Pregnancy Loss Association for their kits. So we partner and we include both of our items in, and those again are distributed all throughout Michigan. We donate carrying cradles, which is a cooling unit bassinet. And so when a baby is either stillborn or dies after birth, the cooling unit bassinet just essentially helps slow the process down so families can have more quality time with their baby. Those units are $6,000 a piece, and we have donated just over 40 of those so far in the state of Michigan. So we're somewhere around 70 to 75% of hospitals, according to my calculations in Michigan, have a cooling unit. Not all donated by us. Some other ones have been donated by other organizations or families, but we're well on our way. Our goal is that every hospital has one. We have funded funeral assistance for families. We have funded training for hospitals. And then, of course, we do our annual walk. So we do this as a no-cost event for families, because even if you charge $5 and it's a family of 4, some people just simply can't afford that. So we've always taken the stance that we take donations and we sell merchandise, right, for those who can. But we always felt it very important to provide this day to honor babies. And I'm trying to think if we do anything else. We run online support. We kind of fill in whatever gaps, we can. We coordinate with, we founded what we call is the Southeast Michigan Perinatal and Infant Loss Coalition. And essentially all it is we're all connected in different groups that provide different services for families. Some do funeral assistance, some do other supportive services. So we just try to make sure we're all connected. And so if we can't help someone, then we can connect with another organization that maybe can.
That's great. Would you say that there are a lot of groups like this, or not as many as are needed?
There's never enough, because the demand for services is huge. We just assembled 500 keepsake boxes and 500 early loss bags in August, I think, and our bags are gone. Our boxes are about 2/3 of the way gone already. And so there's not a lot. I would say if I had to guess, there's probably about 10 groups. And again, each of them maybe do something different. There's more groups that provide funeral assistance than anything. There's not a whole lot of groups that do the whole kind of gamut of services.
Right. How can people watching or people that hear about your nonprofit help with these keepsake boxes?
Yeah. So there's a few ways. One, the one all nonprofits always need, right, is money. Donations, cash donations obviously help. Donations can be made online on our website. They can also be, if they come to the walk, we have donation bins there, and checks can be mailed to Metro Detroit Share, and the address would be on our website, which is metrodetroitshare.org. With the boxes, we also accept handmade new, that's our only stipulation, they have to be new handmade baby blankets, because we do include a handmade baby blanket in all of our keepsake boxes and our early loss bags. The new requirement is obviously because of hospital standards needing to be new, but approximately 18-inch by 18-inch for the keepsake boxes. For the early loss bags, they can actually be smaller. So a lot of times when people have, they don't have enough yarn or something to make a full blanket, they can make smaller ones. We don't really have a size stipulation on those. If they have extra, fabric, they can make little smaller ones. So they could be crocheted, knitted, they can be sewn, fleece tied. We just ask approximately 18-inch by 18-inch, and we look for either baby print or the lighter pastel colors. We use everything, but those are preferred. Just our boxes are silver, and it just kind of aesthetically goes together. girl colors, boy colors, gender neutral. I would say where we lack is kind of getting the gender neutral ones, the greens, yellows. And the reason we like those is when we give boxes to a hospital, we don't want to give them 10 that have pink blankets in it, because if they have a boy loss, then they don't have the right, they can always change the blanket out though. That's why we did the silver kind of gender neutral type box. But that's where if in an ideal world, we'd love more gender neutral color blankets. Baby hats, baby booties, we never have enough of those. We include what we do get, but if you're talented in making baby hats and baby booties, we never get it. We get a lot of blankets. We do have a lot of resources for blankets. We never have enough hats and booties.
Oh. Well,
Yep.
we're definitely going to share this information with all the Detroit Presbyterian churches
Mhm.
and get these people putting these things together, because very important ministry. It's
Yeah.
as in any death, it's a shocking, numbing time, and it's really hard to navigate what's going on. And this is one way that helps comfort these parents.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, we can definitely get the word out about that and see what we can come up with. And I'm just wondering, like, I'm looking at the list of things I put down for questions for you. How do you even get through the week with all the things that you're involved in?
No.
Taylor council person, Rotary
Mhm.
board member, a senior professional in human resources, uh, all recreation commissioner. Like, you still do all of this stuff?
The only one I don't do is recreation commissioner. I did resign from that just to give myself a minute, but then I filled it with like the Tifa board in Brownfield. So I didn't really like give anything up, I guess. I would be like, my coffee, that's right here.
Yes.
This is that's how. Honestly, I mean, it's a busy life, and I have two teenagers. Well, one's technically an adult now, I guess. She's 18. But 18-year-old and 16-year-old as well. And time management. I mean, I put and I missed my one meeting because I didn't put something in my calendar. So make mistakes sometimes too. A lot of times it really is just making sure, and I do miss it occasionally, but I calendar pretty much everything, even just reminders. I've gotten really good with, like, when I go to the chiropractor, I walk in, I make my payment, and I schedule my next appointment. And I set reminders for like 1 week before, 1 day before, 1 hour before. So then my phone will tell me like, hey, don't forget you have this in a week. And then it just kind of cements in my brain. So, and I don't sleep as much as I probably should. And
there's no way you could. I mean,
right.
Meals on Wheels and Holiday Volunteer, like
Mhm.
Henry Ford Center for Women's and Children's Health Committee. I mean, you're just everywhere, and I'm sure working as a council person is a
Mhm.
lot of work and meetings and things to deal with as well. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
kudos to you for making a difference everywhere.
Thank you. It's one of those, I used this quote in another event last year, but one of my high school teachers said, if you want something done, give it to a busy person.
Oh, yeah,
And that stuck in my
absolutely.
mind, forever, just because it's kind of one of those, even when you don't feel like doing it, you just have to do it. So if there's something that comes up with the group, and I usually keep like keepsake boxes at my house, but if a family calls and I don't have any here, then I go to the storage unit and I get one. And I may not feel like it, but it's important, and it's important to the family. And so you just do it. And then I try to coordinate, like if I'm going to be in a certain area, I kind of try to think like, is there anything else I can do while I'm there, to cross something off the list. So
Yes, I like your calendar thing because I do exactly the same thing with
Mhm.
the week out, the day
Yes.
before. Got to make sure I look normal when I get up that day if I have something I have to do. Funny story, I use my Alexa to set reminders too,
Mhm.
because I'm
That
really
is so funny listening to her say, Alexa, remind me to blah, 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 blah. We'll be
right.
talking.
But
Alexa, remind me on Tuesday at 10 o'clock to do.
I was on the
Send a
phone.
kick out of her.
I was on the phone with someone and my Alexa went off and I have like, they're everywhere. And
Mhm.
right next to where I was sitting and it said, "This is your reminder to do the laundry right now." And I'm not kidding around. And I was the person on the phone started laughing. We couldn't stop laughing because she's like, "Wow, your Alexa's getting tough with you."
That's so funny.
I
We
kept
need
it,
that. We need
yes.
that sometimes, though. We need someone to be like, you have to do this right now. Like,
Exactly, but I'm
yeah,
like you, I like to stay busy. I don't like not doing anything, and I'm just proud of all the things you've done, and
thank you.
this is a great ministry. We have been supporting you, but we're gonna
Yeah.
re-up that support and figure out, like I said, we've developing a partnership with all the Downriver Presbyterian churches. We'll make sure they know about your needs and, get some of these hats knitted and some of these
Mhm.
other things, and who knows where it'll go from there, right?
Yes, because you guys give us blankets, I know.
That's
Uh,
correct.
yeah, a lot
That's
of
how,
them.
yep, that's how
Yeah.
we found out about you. One of
Yeah.
our deacons, Nancy Atkinson, has
Mhm.
been aware of your nonprofit for many, many years.
Yeah.
And she is the one that originally told us, and we've interviewed you before, not just, a
Yeah.
year ago or so. And we do blankets, but we'll see if we can get people that know how to make hats and booties and other things too.
Yeah.
So,
And I feel like maybe one, unless I'm mixing it up with another nurse, Andrea Carlson. Is she one of your?
yes,
Yes. Okay.
she
So I'm
is
like,
she is one of ours. She's our clerk of session, and I do know that
okay.
you know her. And I know
Yeah.
that you know her in I don't know, professional way with the what she does for a living at the
Well,
hospital.
she was one of my nurses with Brooke when I lost Brooke and my subsequent children that are now 18 and 16 as well. And she was actually just at my house probably about a week ago picking up boxes. So we have a very long relationship. And I'm like, I don't think I remember one time my daughter's they did their voice recital, I think at your church.
Mhm.
This was several years ago. And I think she posted, "Hey, wait, that's my church." And I'm like, okay, there's a connection. That's why I was like, I hope I'm not mixing these two up.
No, I was gonna bring it up, but I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad that you brought it up first because I do know that she has the kits and the different things,
Oh,
and
yes.
yeah,
She actually, when I had Faith, who's my subsequent pregnancy after losing Brooke, and I had her in June of 2006, and Andrea actually, they had a memorial. They have a memorial garden at Henry Ford Wyandotte for babies, and they were having the service, and she actually wheeled me outside so I could still attend, post having baby. So yeah, I mean, they were so wonderful. I mean, I'm forever grateful for the nurses at Henry Ford Wyandotte because they made a bad experience good, if that makes sense. I mean, it never can be good, right? But you only get those few moments to make memories. And they did a really good job making sure that I had that opportunity. So that is one thing we have tried and we want to do more of is educating hospital staff on what that looks like. Because again, that's the one shot, right? Like that's that. Now you can always still do stuff in honor of your child later, but you only get those very few moments to spend with your child. And so making them as memorable as possible is so huge.
right, and it's so
I have a question about that.
Mhm.
go ahead.
Yes.
If someone doesn't get those few moments and, it's like years later and they're still
Mhm.
struggling and,
Mhm.
and I know the grief process, as Carrie knows too, the grief process is not, you know, okay, you should be over it.
I
It's
know.
that's the worst thing you can tell anyone.
Mhm.
Oh, just
Yeah.
get over. Well, like you
Yep.
said, okay, just go get pregnant again. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not. So, do you have anything specific for people that didn't get those few moments? I mean, your support group, or is that for
Yep.
people that have just, newly lost someone, or could someone benefit from it that if it's years later and they're still
Mhm.
struggling?
I'm glad you brought that up because yes, it's absolutely our groups, our walk, everything is open to anyone. And in fact, a few years ago, we had a mom who started coming to our walk that it had been, I believe, right around 20 years since her loss. And she was just in tears and said she never really, got that kind of opportunity to honor her child. And she was just grateful to have that. So no, we don't have time stipulations. And it's funny, I just posted yesterday because Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. So October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And I made a post that said, like, what does that even mean? Because people know that people lose babies, right? Like, that's not a secret. So you don't have to be aware of that. I think the awareness comes into how to support families. And you had just brought up like time limit on grief. And that's so common where people are like, you're not over that yet. And you're like, how can you get over losing someone, you know? And regardless of how long you were pregnant or how old your child was, I'm like, you never get over it. I'm here 19 years later, and yesterday, as I was thinking about making a post, I started crying, you know, like tears filled, just because I'm thinking of my child. And so even though I function normally, right, I go to work every day, I do all of my normal stuff, that grief never leaves you. You just learn to incorporate it in your life.
Yeah, well said.
Yes.
I do grief share at our church with co-leader Norma Bentley, and what you said is so very, very true.
Mhm.
And
Yes,
and you can't dismiss other people's grief, and it does not ever leave you. It just,
exactly.
I like the way you said it. You just incorporate it into your life. That's
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we have ways people can honor their child. Again, the walk, you know, I think is just a way. We read all the babies' names. And we also recently started a program where you can sponsor a keepsake box or bag.
mhm.
And your baby's name will go on the card that goes into that box. So you can, you know, your baby's name will like donated in honor of Brooke, and then that will go to a family.
Oh my
It's
God,
like $25 to sponsor a kit.
that is so cool.
Yeah.
$25 to sponsor a kit.
Yep, 25 for a box and 20 for an early loss bag. So they can, you know, if they can choose, you know, if they wanted to go into, it doesn't really matter, right? However, they choose to, whichever one they choose. And we'll put their baby's name on a card. I actually have one here.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
so their baby's name will go on that, you know, in honor of their child, that kit was donated.
That's so wonderful. So if you've joined us late, we're talking to Angie Winton, the founder and president of Metro Detroit Share. I posted a link in the chat. I want to remind you, if you're looking for something to do on Sunday, you can join them for their 16th annual walk. It's at Heritage Park from 11:30 a.m., so it's after church, and to 3 p.m. There's a lot of activities you can do there, and a lot of networking. So if you're available, it's at Heritage Park in Taylor.
Yes, and I'll add the most important part, our service starts at 1 o'clock. So if you were coming and you don't want to be there the whole time, and I were to recommend a time to come, I would come by 12:45
Okay.
and be ready, for the service that starts at 1.
All right, so you heard it here. Share that information with someone you may know who isn't watching right now. And we have really gone through, I could feel like we could talk so much longer, right, Sue?
Yep, we're out of time.
Yes, we are out of time.
All right.
Yes, it's always been great to talk to you, Angie. I respect what you do and how you get it done. And we thank you for taking time out to let our listeners know what's going on.
Thank you for having me and being able to share what we do, to hopefully someone's listening and they may know someone who needs assistance. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And it's definitely my job to help people listen better. So we'll be sure to share this, and
Great.
hopefully whoever is watching will keep this in mind and know there are resources and we'll be able to share it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, we will talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
Angie.
Come back
Okay.
anytime when you need to talk about things.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Have a great day, Angie. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
too. Bye.
Bye.
And our scripture that we've chosen today is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13, that says, I'm sharing. A cheerful heart brings a smile to your face. A sad heart makes it hard to get through the day. If you would like to learn more about the good news of Jesus Christ, please be sure to join Pastor Tim for devotions live at 9:30 Monday through Thursdays on Facebook. And join us Sundays at 10 a.m. for worship. It's live streamed on Facebook and on YouTube, or you could come in person in our beautiful sanctuary in Allen Park, Michigan. If you would like to be a guest with us on a Friday of your choice, just let us know. And we hope you will join us for the next Good News Live at 9 next Friday. And remember, you are a beloved child of God. God loves you, and so do we. Have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week and a great day. Please share what you've learned today. And if you'd like to be a guest, please join us. We'd love to have you. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.